What is up, you guys? My name is Dane. Welcome back to another video. Today we're taking the old bike. It's already loaded up. This bike is in one of my first videos. It's a terrible video. I wouldn't recommend watching it. We tried to fix it. It's burning oil. I rebuilt it, but I think I got some seals in there wrong. So we're gonna take it over to a friend's house that has some like actual tools and work on this motor. I've got supplies that I'll probably need. This is my valve spring compressor. I'm pretty sure that the problem is that the valve seals aren't seated properly, so we'll have to compress the spring. We're gonna get those off, and yeah, so we're just gonna go see what we can do. So today we're just gonna head over there and get it taken apart. See you there. All right, we got it here. Now time to unload it and start taking it apart. Alright, so I've been plugging away at it since the last update. You can see there's a couple of things missing. I took off the seat and the gas tank and all that stuff. And then, you know, the chain, obviously, the clutch, slave cylinder, took out the carburetor. So all I have left should be this here. Let's see, that guy there and this guy here. Then the engine should be free. Obviously I disconnected all the radiator hoses and drained all the fluids, drained the oil, drained all that good stuff. So I'm gonna set up a time lapse taking out those last few bolts and hopefully fairly easily getting this engine out of here. Alright, there she is. Almost dropped it getting it up onto this table. That would have been bad, but I had to do a whole everything. But anyways, got to take off this cap and then obviously loosen up the timing chain, get all the cams and stuff out, take the head off, and then is where it starts. So kind of sucks because I'm just doing a few things, checking seals and stuff, but I still have to replace the head gasket, so that's a bummer, but I'll keep you posted. Alright, so I got the cams and their little housings and all the bolts where they need to go. These are the springs that I need to compress to get off to see what the seals look like in there. Because it's burning enough oil. If this goes well and I can tell that they weren't seated right, it's burning enough oil that there's no way it's all just blow by from the piston rings. So basically, if I can get them off without taking the head off, I'm not going to bother taking the head off. If I can't, then I might as well check the rings and do all that while the head is off. So anyways, for now, I'm going to take out these little shims They're each a different height, so I need to keep track of which one I got them from. I do have a shim kit, but I need to get those guys off and not lose them, and then see if I can figure out a way to compress these springs without taking the head off. Otherwise, the next step is take the head off. Alright, so I took out the little caps here, and that is so hard to compress. Maybe if I had another person, it would be possible, but I'm just gonna take the head off. So I'm gonna go on and order a head gasket right now. Alright, so I got the head and the cylinder off. Here's the piston. The rings all look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and compress those, get these springs off, and check those seals. So here's how the compressor works. You come to the bottom, hit the valve there, up at the top, compress it down, and then I have a magnet here. I'm just gonna reach in there and grab those little retainers. I guess I gotta go a little tighter. This is really hard to do in film. Okay, see if we can get it with that. Not quite. Okay, I'm gonna just cut the clip. So I might have found the potential issue. I know you probably can't see this as well as I can, but on this little seal, there is a slight gap. On this side, there wasn't much of a gap. It was running right alongside of the valve. This one is just a slight, you know, maybe a millimeter or less of a gap on that seal there. And something also is boogered in there that makes this valve not want to come out. So I'm gonna keep going, look at the rest of them, and I don't know, maybe I'll just get some new seals and replace that one, or maybe I'll send this off to a shop and just have them, I don't know, do whatever they do to do the valves, machine it, whatever needs to happen to where it goes right. So I don't know, I'm gonna just keep going with these and see if I find anything else. Alright, so I decided what I'm gonna do, since I don't know exactly what's wrong with these. I just called a local shop, and they're gonna call who they send their heads out to get machined to on Monday, and they're gonna let me know how much it's gonna cost to do that, and I'm probably just gonna do that as long as it's fairly reasonable in price. And that should solve all my problems there. So I've got to clean all this up, make it look nice, and cover it so dirt doesn't get in, and then come back to it later on once this has been resolved. Alright you guys, I'm back in the vehicle. Got the head over here, so I'm gonna wait for them to call me on Monday. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to know how this process goes, stay tuned for the next one.